Well, hello there and how are you? I've already prepped my face with Village Barber shaving oil. My razor today is going to be this Merkur 37C Slant razor. And in there, on its second use, will be a Gillette 7 o'clock Super Platinum blade. My soap is going to be this Panta Rei Marrakesh soap. Very nice. Moroccan rose, it says, is the scent. Very nice scent. I've sniffed this already. Just received it in the mail this week. And my brush, which I've already lathered up a little bit here, is the KC Shave Company Silvertip Badger brush. I'm going to run a little water here. And just a second here. Run a little bit of hot water just to dip the very tips of this in for my lathering purposes. And that's plenty right there. I'll go ahead and get started here. Try to get a lather started, that is. I hope you're all doing very well out there this week. Okay, let's see. Dip that just a bit more and let's see what we can do here. Just a little bit more. When I was lathering earlier, I don't feel like I wet the brush enough. That's why I thought I'd go ahead and dip the tips of it in some hot water. Let's see. Oops. Don't need all that on my ear. That's a pretty decent lather. No trouble lathering this soap. Any problems are my own user error. I know when I start to do one of these videos, sometimes I don't pay as much attention to my lathering. I'm too busy thinking ahead to what I'm going to try to do in the video. Let me drain this water and let me wet the razor. Alright, very nice. Here we go. First pass with the grain. Very nice new soap by Panta Rei. I don't have any Panta Rei brushes yet, but, and I forget the man's name. It's on here if I had my magnifying glass, so let me see if I can read that. Alexandro Pistola, I believe. I hope I'm not butchering that name, but he makes the brushes, and he's got a line of soaps, which he's had for a while now. This is real nice so far. Scent strength of about 4 or 5 out of 10. It's not too strong. It's very nice. Scent right about where it should be, in my opinion. And a very pleasant, now to me this scent doesn't necessarily smell like any roses I've smelled before. It's kind of a cologne-y scent. Of course, that's just my nose at work here. I'm not saying it doesn't smell like Moroccan roses or whatever, but it does smell terrific. There's something almost familiar about it. Maybe somebody I knew in my youth wore this scent, or maybe I had gotten a whiff of this scent passing someone in a crowd or something. It's very familiar, very nice scent. Okay, let me rinse the razor now. As I suspected, this is, so far anyway, a very enjoyable shave. And I like this razor. Excuse me. I've only got a couple of slant razors. This is my favorite. Ew, sorry. I do like how this razor follows the contours of my face. It usually helps on the trouble spots down here under my ears and along my jawline. We'll see how that goes this time, but yeah, so far so good. And a pretty decent blade too. The blade just happens to be what I had in this razor already, and I just thought to go ahead and use it. Okay. One day, if I can do it inside of 30 minutes, I need to do a raw video without so many edits, where I don't edit out the rinsing and everything else. It's nighttime here now, and it's cooled off quite a bit. We got up to 84 Fahrenheit today. That's not too bad, considering it had been getting into the 90s. And we even had a few days where it hit the 100 mark or more. I really had to pour a lot of water on my flower beds, on my flowers and plants, on the evenings of those days, or the mornings, as the case might have been. Okay, that's pass number 1 done already. I'm going to pop out, relather, pop back in for pass number 2 across the grain. Okay, time for that second pass across the grain. This is not a particularly hard soap, and it's not a real soft soap either. It's somewhere in the middle. And it lathers nicely. And I really didn't work the lather. So you can get a thicker lather from this soap, I'm certain. I just lathered rather quickly, actually. Lathered the brush, that is, and then you saw about how long it took me to lather my face. Okay. Oops. Somebody was asking me if I would do a garden update, but except for a few new blooms on the zinnias, the garden's about the same as it was right now. Maybe a little, or same as it was a couple of weeks ago. Maybe 1 or 2 of the mum's plants have gotten a little larger, but overall they're not blooming yet anyway. They probably won't bloom until late September, early October, once the days and nights get even in length. Okay. Any blooms I do have on any of the mum's plants are because they were force bloomed in a greenhouse before I purchased them. Unlike the wildflowers, such as the zinnias, unlike those, my mum's and other plants were not started from seeds. Only the wildflower plants were planted as seeds, begun as seeds. Okay. Okay. I'll use my non-dominant hand here for this side of my jawline and underneath the chin and along the left side of my neck as I go across. See, I still have some soap up in there. Soap going up my nose. Okay. And that's pass number 2. I'll pop out and come back for pass number 3 against the grain. Time to go against the grain. I'll start on the neck. If I only ever used one razor, this might be the one. I really like, as I said, I like how it follows the contours of my face, especially along the jawline. Okay. Standard aggression on this razor, of course, it slants, so the aggression, I don't know, maybe changes along the line there. Kind of hard to tell for sure, but I like it. Well-designed razor. Some say that they prefer the Razor Rock. They have a slant that is supposed to be really good also. Maybe one of these days I'll get that and try it. I don't have any terribly expensive razors. My most expensive razor probably cost me $80. And that is my Gillette Fat Boy. Which came with its case and paperwork. The case is slightly marred. It came to me that way because it's a used item, but it's still a serviceable case. And the razor itself is in great condition still. I kind of gave myself a little weeper there, but I think that'll be all right. I'll come back and then it'll be pickup time. Okay, everybody, it's pickup time. Thank you, magical clock. And I guess that gap is standard along the slant there, but there's kind of an optical illusion involved, maybe. It makes it seem like it gets narrower there and wider there, but I'm not sure. I think it might be the same aggression all the way along there. Anyway, just stuff I'm saying off the top of my head, unless I really look and research certain things. I don't know for certain. Overall, a comfortable razor to use though. I would say standard aggression, maybe even slightly mild. And overall, a fairly forgiving razor. Not as forgiving perhaps as the Merkur 34C. And I got another little weeper down there. I nicked my Adam's apple. This razor doesn't usually bite me, but I think in my excitement for this shave, I think I might have pressed down too hard a few times. Another very forgiving razor, in my opinion, is my Gillette black tip razor. That and the Merkur 34C. Since I'm familiar with those two razors because I own them, they are what come to mind when I think of very forgiving razors. I'm going to rinse this and go over my neck one more time. Boy, I'm sure I'm kind of bleeding there. That's too bad. There are my Adam's apple and a little bit still up here. This I know cold water will solve. I hope it solves this too, without me having to get out the alum. Let's see how this is. This Gillette 7 o'clock Super Platinum blade is also kind of sharp. It's not an uncomfortable blade to use, but it is rather sharp anyway. I hate bleeding like a stuck pig on camera. Let's see. This one trouble spot's not too bad over here. I might be gilding the lily a bit too much, but this is going to turn out a BBS shave, I can tell you already. That feels real nice, except maybe for a tiny bit over here. That's all I'm going to do right now. That feels pretty good, especially over here where I have a very troublesome trouble spot usually. Okay, I'm going to rinse my face, the razor and the brush. I'll be right back. Here he is, star of stage and screen, our good friend Mr. Towel. Oh. Feeling nice. Might still have to get some alum for this right here though. I'm gonna get a tissue here. I don't know if that'll help or not. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Towel. I'll put you back where you go. I'll begin a brief recap and put the finishing touches on the shave here. Okay, well, I started off beforehand off camera. I prepped my face, I should say, with Village Barber shaving oil. My razor has been this Merkur 37C Slant razor. My blade, on its second use, has been the Gillette 7 o'clock Super Platinum, which got me a couple of places, but oh well. My brush has been this old KC Shave Company silvertip badger brush. And my soap has been this Panta Rei Marrakesh Morocco Rose soap. Very nice. I highly recommend this. And I don't go around recommending a whole lot of things, but that's nice stuff. I think you'll like it. Thayers Hazel is what I'm going to add now. What I'm going to apply to my face. Thayers Lavender Witch Hazel. Because I don't have anything of a rose scent that would exactly go along with this particular scent of the soap. So this is nice. A toner, no alcohol. Very, very light lavender scent. Let me wipe my hands off. I'll show you that again. Thayers Lavender Witch Hazel. You've probably seen that. Now I'm going to add some of the Stephan Lilac Aftershave Cologne for face and body, it says. Okay. Okay, let's see. Get some of that going in my hand there. And put some on the wrists, up behind the ears, temples, back of the neck a little bit. And that is really nice. I think that that Witch Hazel and this aftershave cologne are going to go nicely with that particular Morocco Rose scent of the Marrakesh soap by Panta Rei there. Finally, I'm going to finish up with Nivea Men Original Replenishing Post-Shave Balm. That's good stuff also. And pour a little bit. Try and get this. I'm glad I've got another bottle of this. I had 3 bottles that I got from an eBay vendor. I gave one away to my friend Dave. I hope I don't regret that. I hope the original Nivea Men post-shave balm does not become hard to find, because it is difficult or impossible to find in stores here in the United States. Find it online, often from foreign vendors, but can't find it in the stores. You can find other of their post-shave balms, particularly the sensitive and the sensitive cooling variety, but the original and some of the others, though, you cannot find easily in stores here, if at all. And that's the Nivea Men original replenishing post-shave balm. Well, that's it, everybody. It's time for me to go. Thank you for joining me, and peace out. We'll hopefully see you here next week.